Welcome back, my friends. This is the Predictive Playbook. I'm your host, John Ryan, and I have a game to break down for you that is in week 0. And what an exciting time this is for all of us. We're literally 4 days away from the start of college football. And then another week after that, we get full slate action in college football, plus the start of the NFL season. So I am psyched about it. I'm sure you are as well. Let's get to some of the particulars I have here on this game. But first, I want to show you some of my record here. And I'm going to try to be a little bragging here if I dare. And anybody who knows me knows I have trouble overinflating things. But when it's a fact, it's a fact. And I'm ranked number 1 in the NFL last year, 65.8%. And 47 units made on those bets, which is important too because I produced one hell of a good ROI for the clients. And also in the NFL exhibition season, I've had 5 straight years hitting 62%. I'm also now riding an 83.3% ATS win streak in the preseason. So that's another solid fact there. And Sportsmemo right now, you can go to sm.buzz/JR and save yourself a ton of money, several $100s on the college football and NFL regular season packages that are priced at $1,200, and I believe they will give them away for $600. But this will not last long. They will end the sale on Sunday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. So don't wait. Come join me and let me start working for you and let 27 years of my experience and wisdom start winning for you. The proof is right in front of you right there. So let's get to this game now. And we have a system here that I'm going to put right up right now. And this is the Connecticut versus Fresno State game. And we're looking at the total. This is a mismatch of teams. The betting line is minus 27.5 in favor of Fresno State, of course. And, Connecticut didn't even play last year and opted out as a program because of the COVID-19 situation. So they can't be blamed for that. In hindsight, who could not have made that decision along with them? So UConn's going to be traveling across the country to Fresno, California. They're going to be playing on CBS Sports Network starting at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time this Saturday. The total opened at 62.5, and there's been 67% of the tickets on the under and 79% of the money on the under, yet only one book has shifted to 62, and that is at Circa. So what this is telling me is that the bets that are being made, yes, are lopsided in favor of the under, but they're not big enough to get the books to move the number and adjust the market accordingly. So I don't read too much into that. I wouldn't be surprised if it does shift down to 62, maybe 61.5. But as you'll see shortly, we're going to be playing the over. And over the next couple of days, if we're patient, I think we're going to get a very, very good number that has tremendous amount of value in it. A little bit from last year, Fresno State has a ton of experience coming back on this team. And they really are a team that is kind of flying under the radar in the Mountain West Conference this year, in my opinion. They had 46 players last year make starts for the program, and that was tied for most in the conference with Wyoming, New Mexico, Nevada, and 35% of these starters were freshmen. So that means that 65% of this class was upperclassmen, junior and senior. And of course, with the new rule, you didn't lose a year because of the COVID. So they do have a lot of starters coming back, as do many teams in college football right now because of that rule change attributed to COVID-19. But Connecticut has very few players coming back, and will have to have another new quarterback under center. They had 9 returning starters, did Fresno State. Only 3 were on defense, but this year head coach Kalen DeBoer has 19 returning starters, including his quarterback, which is one of the best quarterbacks in the conference, based on my research and how I've watched the game film of him from last year. He completed 150 of 232 passes for 65%, 2,021 yards, 14 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and a 153.4 quarterback rating. To me, that's pretty darn outstanding, especially in a COVID-19 type of season. So with that said, and the fact that Connecticut did not play last year and they are essentially rebuilding from 2 years ago, this is setting up to be a bit of a mismatch between the two programs. However, in this situation, as we see on the betting system, we are going to be playing the over and betting the over with a total of at least 62 points, which we have in a non-conference matchup. Connecticut actually is an independent. They're not even in a conference currently. And the home team must be favored between 23 and 30 points. That goes 30, 17, and 1 over the total for 64% the last 5 seasons. If the game occurs during the first 4 weeks of the season, the over has won the money on a 25 and 11 and 1 push record for 69.4% winning bets over the last 5 seasons. All told, it tells you to bet the over, and I recommend being a little bit patient with this. And let's see if we can at least get 62.5 across the board at the wagertalk.com/odds page, and maybe we'll get fortunate enough to even get another half point. But I think this is a game that will easily soar over the total. And that's it for this. So later today we have at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Manny's Irish Pub Sports Betting Show. That starts at 4:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I hope that you can join us there. And if not, you can always watch it in archived version. We are right around 65% winners from the panel and myself on that show over the last 19 shows. And I think that's pretty darn outstanding in and of itself, and it's all free. So take advantage of that, and thank you for watching this video. So on behalf of myself, sportsmemo.com, wagertalk.com, and the Predictive Playbook shows, may all the wins be yours.